think if Canelo was using the jab effectively, hard, the guy wouldn't have been able to come in because the guy was coming in because he wasn't worried about Canelo's jab. So he got more aggressive and he got brave. If you're not jabbing, he has no defense.
I really don't care how big Crawford is. If I'm Canelo, I feel disrespected. You know, coming up 2 weight classes, you haven't fought at 68. We don't know how your body's going to.
He's got the heart. He's got the speed, the skills, and he's going to go out there. I was thinking he put up a good first 6 rounds, but then Canelo will start picking it up. But now I think Crawford will go for I think Crawford will get. I'm picking Crawford to win now.
Canelo's future is a major worrying for Mike Tyson, who cautions that a defeat against Terence Crawford might be detrimental. He notes that Canelo has not always used his jab well in contests, which has frequently given opponents the opportunity to build confidence and close the distance. In order to maintain control of the fight and prevent Crawford from gaining ground, Tyson suggests that Canelo modify his jab technique this time and use it more consistently and precisely. Canelo Alvarez has one of the most extensive resumes in the sport, having faced a long list of top-tier opponents across multiple divisions.
If you like this, please subscribe Punch Vista and click the bell icon for more latest and interesting videos.
I go to jab, the guy's going to walk right in on him like he did. Next fight, use your jab, different fight. Well, he was really basic, you know.
Says veteran boxing expert Teddy Atlas. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, has not engaged in as many high-profile bouts as the general public typically anticipates from a fighter of his ability. Atlas emphasizes, however, that a fighter's skill and versatility in the ring are more important indicators of actual brilliance than the length of their career. He believes that Crawford will be able to overcome Canelo's physical advantages, thanks to his command of timing angles and ring control. Atlas thinks that against a tough and seasoned fighter like Alvarez, Crawford's poise and flexibility in the middle of the fight could be the difference. Canelo Alvarez has more at stake in this clash than just a win or loss.
He's a little overrated.
Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. And I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire, it's in his mind, it's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class, can he carry it? You know, but those intangibles, I believe that he has.
For this bout, Terence Crawford is going up to weight classes, which puts Canelo in a difficult position, but also creates a unique challenge. A loss under these conditions would be interpreted as evidence that Canelo's stature, strength, and experience were insufficient to defeat a naturally smaller opponent. A result like that would cast doubt on his present position in the sport and possibly harm his image as one of the greatest fighters of his time in terms of strength to weight ratio. Because of this, Canelo is at serious risk in the fight even before the first bell rings.
I really don't care how big Crawford is. If I'm Canelo, I feel disrespected. You know, coming up 2 weight classes, you haven't fought at 68. We don't know how your body's going to react. And you just think, you know, you just going to come up and beat me. We seen it with Charlo, his videos, how he was looking, you know, moving around the ring. And everybody thought, you know, that might work. And we saw what happened come fight night. Crawford is a skillful guy. But, like, who has he really beaten? Spence. After Spence, you know, now all of a sudden he can jump up 2 weight classes and beat Canelo. I don't see it. If I'm Canelo, I will have to make the statement with Crawford. Canelo cannot lose this fight. He shouldn't lose.
When David Benavidez talks about Terence Crawford's status among the elite, he does it with assurance. In his opinion, Crawford is a fighter who possesses a higher degree of technical proficiency and mental acuity than the majority of fighters in the sport today. Benz commends Crawford for his ability to change stances with ease, remain composed under duress, and control the tempo of a battle, regardless of his opponent's fighting style. He thinks that Crawford is such a challenging riddle to solve in the ring because of his calmness and technical accuracy. Benavidez believes that Crawford's strength is not just his physical prowess, but also his battle IQ, which enables him to gradually defeat even the most experienced combatants.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Errol Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make 168.
Jeff Mayweather emphasizes Terence Crawford's remarkable technical abilities, highlighting his ability to read opponents and make precise adjustments to his game plan. Mayweather is careful to remind fans and commentators that Canelo Alvarez's strength and experience cannot be understated, even though he gives Crawford the advantage in terms of pure boxing skill. Canelo has successfully navigated high-pressure fights against some of the biggest names in the sport and has repeatedly shown that he can turn a fight around with his single well-placed strike. Jeff cautions that Crawford and any other boxer who enters the ring with Canelo would be gravely remiss if they underestimated his capacity for adaptation and taking advantage of opportunities.
It's kind of tough, but if anybody can do it, I think it would be Terence Crawford. I mean, skill-wise, I think he's a better fighter than Canelo, but Canelo is also a great fighter but he owns that weight class that he's in. So I would just say that I think that Crawford has to fight almost a perfect fight to win.
According to Max Kellerman's technical analysis, the jab is a crucial element in this battle. He points out that Crawford has one of the most precise and effective jabs in contemporary boxing, which allows him to control range, create combinations, and throw off his opponent's rhythm. Crawford's success has mostly been attributed to his ability to control tempo with a well-timed jab. Canelo Alvarez, whose jab earlier in his career was a weapon capable of neutralizing aggressive boxes, is contrasted with this by Kellerman. However, Canelo's jab has become less frequent and steady in recent years, which could make him more susceptible to Crawford's methodical use of the lead hand.
A list of attributes, and then tell me who do you feel is best in that attribute. First attribute, best jab.
Crawford.
Best defense.
Crawford. Nowadays, Crawford. I would say early in the fight, Canelo. And earlier in his career, Canelo. But he hasn't been that kind of fighter in recent years. Although Crawford is also hittable. With any fighter, when you talk about their defense, the question is not, can they be hit with a shot? You take punches. Everyone, the greatest defensive fighters ever get hit. Pernell Whitaker, Willie Pep, Floyd Mayweather, they all get hit. The question is, can you hit them with combinations? And both guys are hard to hit. With the two-piece, hard to hit.
Yeah. So who has the best footwork out of the two?
In terms of cutting off the ring, last fight notwithstanding, Canelo has gotten much better at cutting off the ring.
That concludes the video for today. Keep an eye out. Till the next time.